All right, that was 50 ounces of cream of mushroom. Next thing we're gonna add is 2 pounds of stew meat in our crock pot. Make sure you take out those little papers. This is gonna be a super easy and delicious 4-ingredient dinner. I'm gonna add our brown gravy. I'm using the 30% less sodium, but you can use the regular kind if you prefer. This gravy is so delicious, but you can make your own. You can make your own cream of mushroom. That is the best part of this dinner. It is customizable. And I'm gonna actually do 2 packets of that brown gravy because I want extra gravy with my steak bites. Beautiful. Now for more seasoning, I'm gonna add 1 packet of my beefy onion soup mix. Now if you can't find the beefy onion, you can use the regular onion soup mix, but I think the beefy goes beautiful with our beef tips and cream of mushroom and all of that goodness. And you could add some fresh mushrooms, you could add some fresh onions to this if that's what you prefer, but I'm gonna keep this super simple. Now that is 4 ingredients, but we're gonna add some water too. We are going to add 4 cups of water. And that's gonna help the gravy become gravy and give us a delicious coating for our steak bits. Now it is time to mix everything together. The cream of mushroom, the chuck roast steak bits, the gravy packets, and that beefy onion soup. Oh my goodness, this smells good already. It's so potent, it's so delicious. Now you could do this with whatever cut of meat you like. I just use the chuck roast because this is gonna be cooking for a while, so it doesn't really matter what kind of meat you use. It's all gonna come out tender and juicy. All right, that looks like it's mixed well enough. We can give it another mix halfway if we need to, but we're gonna go ahead and put our lid on and we're gonna pop this on low because this is gonna cook slow and low. With our Fritos, I'm gonna add 1 pound of cooked ground beef, and I did season this with some taco seasoning. It's gonna be a super easy, super delicious crock pot dinner. Let's make sure you get all of that meat on there. Oh my goodness, this smells amazing already. We're gonna use our spoon and make sure that ground beef is spread right on top of our delicious Fritos. Beautiful. Next, I'm coming in with 1 whole onion that I diced, and I used yellow onion, but you can use a white onion, a purple onion, whatever onion flavor you like. Oh, I absolutely love onions, and it goes so well with this dish. Next thing we're adding into our crock pot is our traditional refried beans. Now you can make homemade refried beans if that is your personal preference, but I wanted this to be super easy. Hopefully it will give you inspiration to make it your own. So we are gonna add a generous amount of this refried beans, probably the whole can, which is 16 ounces. And I'm just doing scoops because these beans aren't heated up yet, so they're not easy to spread, but as we turn the crock pot on, they will heat up and kind of spread and cover up those onions and the ground beef way better than what it looks like now. So let's get that whole thing right in there. All right, that was that whole can. To add some moisture, we're gonna add 1 can of our El Paso red enchilada sauce, and this is the 1 pound and 3 ounces. And we're gonna drizzle that whole thing on top of our beans, our onions, our beef, and those Fritos. You can make a homemade enchilada sauce. You could do a green enchilada sauce. You can make this your own. Like I always say, it's so easy to customize this and make it exactly how you like. Now, of course, we have to add some cheese. So I'm gonna add this whole bag of Mexican style blend cheese, which is 16 ounces of cheese. We're gonna put that right on top. You could obviously add more cheese or do whatever cheese you like, but you know, I don't want it to be too cheesy because I know some of you do not like cheese as much as I do. Now for an added crunch, I have 1 more bag of Fritos, 2 bags total. This second layer is totally optional, but I just think it adds such a great extra layer of crunch that is so necessary for this easy and delicious dinner. So we added that whole second bag and we're gonna spread it out, and now this is ready to cook. I'm gonna go ahead and put my lid on, and we're gonna pop this on high, which it already is, and it's gonna cook up super quick. All right, we're starting off with 3 pounds of our diced frozen potatoes in our crock pot. Now I'm coming in with 1.5 pounds of cooked hot Italian sausage. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. And I did drain that grease so we don't have any grease in there. Beautiful. I have 1 onion that I diced up and we're just gonna sprinkle that right on top. I used a white onion, but you can use a yellow or a purple for this easy crock pot dinner. I'm gonna season this up with my ranch seasoning, and I got the garlic ranch because if you're gonna do ranch, you might as well do garlic ranch, because what is better than ranch and garlic together?
I didn't know they had that.
I know, when I saw this at the store, I was all like, instant buy. It smells delicious too, so I definitely already recommend it. And we're using that whole package right in there. And if that wasn't enough garlic, we have the blend seasoning, which is salt, pepper, and garlic. If you don't want too much seasoning, you can skip this step, but I like a lot of seasoning. This is a 8-quart crock pot, so it needs a lot of seasoning to make sure that all that food tastes yummy. All right, we're coming in with our chicken broth, and we are gonna add a generous amount of this chicken broth. This is a 6-cup container, so we're probably gonna add this whole entire thing right in there. We have our potatoes, our sausage, our onions, all that delicious seasoning. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a perfect cozy crock pot meal for, you know, fall or winter. It's so delicious, so easy to put together. You can honestly put this together when you're half asleep, set it in the morning, and it'll be ready for dinner time. So we're gonna go ahead and add that whole 6 cups of chicken broth, and you can do beef broth or vegetable broth if that's what you prefer, but chicken is my family's preference.
Oh, it smells so good.
It's that ranch. All right, and to make this nice and creamy, we have 1 block of cream cheese that we're just gonna put right on top, but we're not done yet because you know I love my cheese, and we picked out some sharp cheddar cheese here, and we're gonna freshly grate it to make sure that it gets nice and melty. So we're just gonna put that right on top and start grating our cheese right into our crock pot super quick. Oh my goodness. Now you can use whatever cheese you like. I just think sharp cheddar goes beautifully with ranch and with that sausage, but you could do a mozzarella, a Monterey Jack, a Colby Jack, a whatever cheese you prefer. So let's get about half of this grated and into our crock pot. All right, that's about half the block that we grated in there. And I did mean to mix this before I added the cheeses, but it's better late than never. So we're gonna go ahead and mix everything together. It's okay if that cream cheese gets a little lost in there, because once it gets nice and melty, we'll give this another mix. But look how delicious this looks. All of that chicken broth makes this seamless to mix together. So let's quickly get this nice and well combined. All right, I think this looks mixed well enough. I even broke up that cream cheese just a little bit. So let's go ahead and put our lid on, and we're gonna pop this on high, but you can pop it on warm if you're cooking it in the morning. 2 packages of our Knorr taco rice, all in our crock pot. I'm coming in with 4 cups of chicken broth, and we are gonna use this whole box of chicken broth. This is gonna help cook that rice and also add some great flavor, way better than using water. So we're gonna make sure we get all of that in there. Oh, I love this rice. It is so tasty. All right, that is perfect. Now I have 29 ounces of black beans that we drained, and we're gonna add all of that right in there with the rice and the broth. Now, if you don't like black beans, you can use kidney beans, you can use garbanzo beans, you can use whatever bean you like, but I think black beans have some great protein. Continuing with the taco flavor palette, we are gonna add 1 jar of our paste salsa right in there. You can use the mild, the medium, or the hot, but you have to add this salsa because it's gonna add some great flavor. Oh, it smells good already. We're making sure to get this completely emptied into our crock pot. Yum. All right, we're gonna come in with our 3 large chicken breasts that we chopped up into small pieces. We're gonna add our taco seasoning right in there. We're gonna make sure to get a good amount of that taco seasoning in there. I might need to use the bigger opening for this so we can actually get some out. But this is gonna add some more flavor, and this is gonna cook beautifully with that rice in the crock pot. So just make sure to get it nice and seasoned. All right, that looks like it's enough. Go in with our glove, and we're just gonna toss our chicken in the taco seasoning. You can season this however you like. I just think the taco seasoning goes well with the taco rice and everything else that we have going on here. So make sure everything gets coated in that seasoning. All right, and this is ready to go into our crock pot. We're going to place our small chicken pieces right in there. Oh yeah, and then this is gonna be ready to get cooking. Such an easy all-in-one crock pot dinner, perfect for weekdays. You can set it and forget it. It is gonna be amazing.
It smells delicious.
Oh yeah, all of those taco flavor smells are really hitting the spot. Perfect. All right, we're gonna give this a quick little mix to make sure everything gets well combined. Oh yeah, so tasty. All right, this is ready to start cooking. I'm gonna go ahead and put our lid on, and we're gonna pop this on high. Oh yeah. All right, it's been 2.5 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this open. You can tell that that rice is nice and fluffy. That chicken should be fully cooked, but this is not done yet. We all know this is missing some cheese.
Oh yeah.
So we are gonna sprinkle this whole bag of Mexican blend Tillamook cheese right on top of this entire crock pot, kind of get it nice and spread out. And then we're gonna put this lid back on, and that cheese should be melted in about 2 to 3 minutes. All right, it's been 8 hours on low. We're gonna go ahead and pop this off. You can cook it for 5 hours on high if you prefer, but before we dig in, I'm gonna bring in my Bob Evans mashed potatoes, and I'm gonna get a scoop of mashed potatoes on my plate to go with that delicious meat and gravy. That looks like enough, right?
Yeah, it looks good. I want to see what's in this crock pot.
All right, well, now that we have our side ready, let's check it out. Woo!
Oh, it thickened up.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that looks perfect. Slow cooked steak and gravy. All right, it's time to dig in. And then we're just gonna serve this right on top of your mashed potatoes. You could add some cornstarch to thicken it up, but I'm pretty happy with that, how it is. It's not too thin, not too thick, perfect medium. All right, it's time to dig in. Get that meat and the mashed potatoes. It's a perfect bite. That meat just fell apart in my mouth. Wow, that is so good, you guys. Tender, juicy, delicious. You have to try it. All right, you guys, it's been 1.5 hours on high. Now, if you wanted to do this on low, you would cook it for about 3 to 4 hours, but let's check this out. Woo! You smell all that goodness, and those Fritos are still nice and crunchy on the top. Let's go ahead and serve this up. It smells incredible. Oh yeah, this is gonna be delicious. Would you look at that? Frito pie in the crock pot, extra Fritos, extra delicious. Now before we dig in, I'll put this to the side. I'm gonna dress this up a little bit. A little bit of light sour cream. Beautiful. This is optional, but some cilantro. Beautiful. So easy, so delicious. Let's give it a try. Oh my goodness. Wow, that is incredible, you guys. You have to try it. All right, it's been 4 hours on high. Let's go ahead and turn this off. Let's check it out. Woohoo!
It smells amazing.
Now it's not ready yet. We gotta give it a quick stir. Make sure all of those delicious ingredients get well blended together. It smells absolutely delicious. Now we do want to thicken this up a little bit, and the easiest way to do that is just by mashing up some of those taters in there, and that will kind of give it a thicker consistency. I'm just using my potato masher. Those potatoes are perfectly cooked, and this is gonna be a delicious potato soup with that sausage, those onions. Oh my, so let's just give this a nice little smash. All right, oh, that looks perfect. One more quick mix to make sure it gets well combined. There's a little bit of separation. That must be just from some excess grease from the sausage. Oh, but look at that, that looks perfect. Such a delicious and easy soup. Oh yeah, all right. Got my bowl. And this is ready. You could add some sour cream on top, some bacon bits, some chives, but I'm just gonna eat it as is because I know it's good this way.
Is it good?
Oh yeah. That is so cozy. You guys are gonna love this. All right, that cheese is melted. We can finally turn off our crock pot and let's dig in. Ooh, cheesy rice and chicken. Oh my goodness. It is time to dig in. We gotta make sure we get some chicken when we scoop our delicious chicken and rice. Oh my goodness. Oh, I got plenty of chicken. Woo! Get some of that juices on there. That looks really, really tasty. Woo-hoo. All right, let's cut into that chicken and see how it's cooked. Oh, obviously perfection.